Hey, 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 hey. Happy Thursday, everybody. Woo! Look, I told y'all we waiting for Thursdays all week. Fix my table. Listen, I've been waiting for Thursday. When the last time I talked to y'all? I've been waiting for Thursday since last Saturday. Honey, listen. Had to get ready for the show. And I see everybody. Look, my girl Brianna, one of my Wizards media colleagues, we were just talking. We were just chatting because we heard some new news. Nothing, sports related per se, but sports related. But we'll get on to that. But I had to shout her out. And of course, my mom is watching. My girl Lily, I see you coming on. LB, founder and CEO of Team Bullard. Of course, the CWall team is in the building. Joy is here. And Cameron Mingo has joined, one of my most favorite DMV sports fans. And my girl Tina Moore, diehard Redskins fan. Listen, you guys. I know it's COVID-19. It's a lot going on, and I pray and hope you are all doing well despite the circumstances. But guess what? There's always something to talk about in the sports world. We're going to find something to talk about, okay? If it's left up to me, we're going to find something to do and something to say because it has been a little dry out here with the no sports thing. But guess what, you guys? We're here. We're healthy. We're well. And we're going to find something to talk about. Last week, listen, that was a change in scenery, right? We had the NFL draft for 3 days. And we got to ride high with that for a while and get all excited last Thursday, and then we got an opportunity to reminisce through those 3 days as well. On last year's Redskins draft party was one of my most favorite Redskins fans, Miss Deborah. Miss Deborah is watching. Hey, and I miss you too, Miss Deborah. Now is our time to shine, honey, and we are in the house. We are in the house, but that's okay because we're going to find something to talk about and find something to do in the meantime. Listen, if you all could do me a huge, humongous favor, and that is to make sure you are sharing this show with your DMV sports loving family and friends. I got a little something to say after the NFL draft, the NFL communications. I'm on the NFL communications list. So they sent out, they send stuff out all day, truthfully, every day. But they had a nice little fun fact I felt like that I wanted to share. So I wanted to mention that. Had a small, Wizards update, not too much because, the NBA season is not active at the moment. And then, of course, Redskins fans, you all want to stick around until the end because we are going to collectively, together, do a 53-man roster. 53-man roster. Listen, live, we're going to do it together because I was looking, and let me just tell you all this up front about the roster, the Redskins roster. I have not looked at it. So whatever reaction y'all get from me tonight, that's going to be the real reaction because I have not looked at it at all. I see my cousin Donovan, David Hines, my god brother Ebo. Listen, y'all about to get, because I know, and Joy is on here. So Joy knows all the comments and all the commentary and things that I say that I probably, that I make sure I don't say live. So I'm even going to give myself a treat because why not, right? We're here to have fun. We're here to have a good time. So y'all are going to catch me straight up and down looking at this roster for the first time. In a moment, though. In a moment, though. So I need y'all real quick. Do me a favor and drop one word to tell me how you all are feeling. Are you all doing okay? Because I don't think I asked y'all that enough. Are y'all all right? I hope that you are. And I'm praying that you are. So let me know. Drop one word so that I can check in and make sure my CWall family is doing okay. So I see Tina says she's outstanding. Beautiful. I'm happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that. Really, I am. And while I'm waiting for other folks to chime in on how they're feeling with their one word, my mom, she's doing okay. I do want to share with everybody, you know, I haven't seen my parents and things were getting very, very tough. And this is just a moment of transparency for y'all, right? And y'all know how much I love my parents. I talk about my mom all the time. I talk about my dad all the time. And so my mom lives in North Carolina. My dad lives not too far from me. So I told my mother, I said, look, I gotta go see dad. I gotta go see dad. Now my parents, y'all don't know, but they tough, hardcore, okay? And they still tough and hardcore. Because they like, look, you can't come in my house. But let me, not during COVID-19, ain't nobody coming up in here. It's on lockdown. And sure enough, I went by to go see my dad. I had not seen my dad in over a month. And y'all already know that's a no-go. But I went ahead and I said, you know what? I'm just going to go and I'm going to sit in the car and I'm going to just sit in the driveway and he can just come out. I'm not even going to get out the car. And we could just sit there and he stand outside the car and we talk. And I am telling you, that did my heart so much good. And I see that some of y'all are doing well. And you're saying you're doing okay. My god brother said he blessed. But like Lily, she's stressed. And I was hitting the stress for a moment too, sis. So seeing my father while we were social distance, I was in the car. He was, and I'm going to tell you what the double blessing was. As we were sitting there talking, because my father still lived around the old way. I ended up seeing Mazdak, who always is on the show, and one of my CWall team members, he drove by and blew the horn and waved. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. If you can stay socially distanced and still see and be able to lay your eyes on the people that you love, try to do that. Because I know for me, it was amazing. And it really helped a lot. And so I see Lily is sharing that she's a caregiver. And so we got to share those transparent stories so that folks can know that you're not alone and we all are feeling the same, so some level of stress at some point. And so that was just me sharing with you all real quick that did me some good. It really, really did. And I'm continuing to pray for everybody and your families. And that's just so much love to you all. So we got to jump right on into the sports. Let's jump right on into it. So let me mention, as I said a moment ago, I'm on the NFL communications list and they send stuff they send stuff every day. They do. Some of it is like just good reading material. Some of it is just good to know. Some of it is worth sharing. And I thought that this point was worth sharing today. Again, kudos to all the players that were drafted and those that were undrafted and got signed. But there were, let me go ahead and see. There were 16 high schools across the country, 16 high schools that had 2 or more players from their high school, that had graduated from their high school, be drafted last week. 2 of the 16 are high schools in Maryland. Okay? 2 of them are high schools in Maryland. Do I even have to tell you who they are? Do I even have to tell you who they are? Do I? Go ahead and guess one. I'm gonna give y'all a moment to guess one. Because I know y'all already know. One of the high schools in 2 of the high schools. And I'll share with you who those players are because some of y'all may know these players. I know some of y'all know the players because we were talking about one of them last week. All week long, the whole show. So the 2 high schools are Bullis and Potomac. Shout out to Cam Brown, who was drafted by the New York Giants in the 6th round, and Justin Heron, who was drafted by the New England Patriots, also in the 6th round. And as my godbrother and Joy said, yes, the other school is DeMatha. We know we got one of them, Chase Young and Anthony McFarland. So I thought that was interesting. I was like, all right. Shout out to Bullis and DeMatha. We got to always shout out our, when they mentioning when they're mentioning high schools in our own backyard, I got to go ahead and say something about it out loud. So shout out to everybody though. But I thought that was cool that they got listed and named out in the NFL communications. So if you know those players, shout them out. Then let's move on to the Wizards real quick. Yes, Joy, that was a fun fact. So moving on to the Wizards. I got on Twitter a while ago, right? And CWall was trending on Twitter. Y'all know what that mean? When somebody is trending, like that mean they real popular at the moment for whatever reason. And CWall was trending and I got nervous, y'all. I said, oh, dear God, what did John do? Lord, please don't let him be in no trouble. But he didn't get in no trouble, nothing like that. He was on the show All the Smoke, hosted by Matt Barnes, former NBA players Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. Great show, very entertaining. And he had a clip. So I want to share this clip with you all and let you all hear it. And I want y'all to tell me what you think. Let me find it. And let me make sure my sound is going to work. And I see y'all trickling in. I see my line sister Narissa, one of the best photographers in the area. You heard it here first. N. Jones Photography. And then my guy Darrell Owens, Legacy Maker Sports. Let me find this thing. Because I got real scared, y'all. I said, oh, dear Lord, what did John do? But he didn't do nothing. He was just talking. So let me see if I can turn this up and let y'all listen for a moment. Let me see. I had to turn it all the way up. All right, let's see. Hold on. Make sure y'all listening, okay?
So when I'm playing, when I'm not playing, I'm watching these guys play, like the young guys, and they all they killing our team and they looking at our bench and stuff. Just know I got those written down in my notes for when I come back when they start next season because I'm I can't wait to show them what I got, what I'm about. But I'm gonna be better than what I was before, and that's the scary part about it because damn near my whole year, damn near the whole my 5 years I was an all-star, but I played with 2 bone spurs in my knee and my heel, and people don't know that. Mm-hmm. So y'all
speaking of guard,
they ain't even getting the best of CWall yet. So they just got a clip of him. So when I'm playing, I'm not playing, I'm watching these guys play, like the young guys, and they all they killing our team and they looking at our bench and stuff. Just know I got those written down in my notes for when I come back when they start next season because I'm I can't wait to show them what I got, what I'm about. But I'm gonna be better than what I was before, and that's the scary part about it because damn near my whole year. Damn near the whole, my 5 years, I was an all-star, but I played with 2 bone spurs in my knee and my heel, and people don't know that. Mm-hmm. So y'all,
speaking of guard,
they ain't even getting the best of CWall yet, so, they just got a clip of them. So when I'm playing, I'm not...
Let me stop. So, what the man said was, he see everybody. That's right, we on Babyface sound over here. We not doing Teddy Riley sound. Did y'all hear CWall? Did y'all hear that clip? Because we was on Babyface sound. So did y'all hear the clip? CWall is sharing. He done had bone spurs. He done all of this. He was on All the Smoke with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. So he out here sending warning signals and he ain't even ready to play yet, you know. But to quote, I'm going to be better than what I was before. And that's the scary part. They ain't even get the best of John Wall yet. Well, excuse me, John. Excuse me. Huh? Oh, really? And shout out to John because he did share that he is expecting his second son. So shout out to him. Congratulations. Got another baby on the way. Expecting his second son. That's sweet. What y'all feel like? How y'all feel about that, Wizards fans? John is ready to play. I say that. Being in those practices, he was itching and ready to play, and he was ready to go. But it's interesting that he acknowledges that people don't think too highly of the Wizards, right? They don't think they're that good. And he, like he said, they looking over there at their bench. They're basically laughing them out. All I'm saying is, John hears all of it. He hears all the chit chatter. And he hears that the Wizards are being slept on. He knows that. He gets that. But he's also letting people know that we ain't even seen the best of John Wall yet. And it's interesting. I saw an article on NBC Sports Washington, and I think it was from yesterday, though. I saw it today, but I think it was from yesterday. It was dated April 29th. And it was like 6 years ago today. Let me pull it up. 6 years ago today, I don't know. The Wizards finished off the Bulls in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference playoffs to secure the franchise's first playoff series win in 9 years. I saw that yesterday, NBC Sports Washington. And I'm going to be honest with you. Can I be honest with my CWall family? Can I just tell y'all straight up and down? I didn't remember what that we was talking about. I said, when was that? 6 years ago? I don't remember. But that's a nice, you know, I guess it's nice. I didn't remember, though. But hopefully, it's stuff like that where I don't remember. But when John gets back, he'll make sure we never forget again. I appreciated that, though. I appreciated that moment. I really, truly did. Because John is speaking with confidence. I believe he's doing what he's supposed to be doing to get better and to heal properly and recover. So I'm all for it. I thought that was interesting because I had to share with my CWall family, y'all. I got scared. You hear me? I saw he was trending and I was just like, oh, no. What happened? What did he do? Is he okay? All right. He's okay. Good. What did he do? And so it was all positive. You never know. I get a little nervous and anxious. But I just wanted to talk about that. There was also some posts and some things, you know, about Bradley Beal, whether or not he should make the All-NBA third team. And y'all, we know that he didn't. Brad, you know I love BB3, but he didn't make the NBA All-Star game. So I'm not sure how he would make the All-NBA team. But I'm gonna let that go. We're moving on to the Redskins. All right. I think I saw the rally captain jump in. Did the rally captain jump in? I think I saw my bro D'Angelo Pope jump in. Let me see. Where we starting? What we starting with? Defense or offense, Redskins fans? Where are we starting? Defense or offense? You tell me when I'm trying to even pull it up because I can't find it. Oh, I found one. Let me see if I can find the other. Which one y'all want to start with first? We're picking the 53 as of today. And I know it's super early, and normally I don't even get down with these types of exercises. Let me just go ahead and tell y'all the truth because it's too soon. You do early projections and all of that. You haven't even been to camp. But hey, listen, we're all quarantined together. We might as well have some fun and talk about if cuts were happening today, what would we do? All right, Cameron says defense. Deborah says defense. Let's go ahead and start with the defense then. Let's go ahead and see what happens with the defense. Okay, let's start with the defensive line. Right now, there's 10 of them. Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Matt Ioannidis. Hold up a second now. Oh, yeah. Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Matt Ioannidis, Chase Young, Caleb Brantley, Tim Settle, Ryan B., James Smith-Williams, Cameron Malveaux, and David Bada. 10 of them. That's a pretty good defensive line, though. Even from a depth perspective, right? I mean, of course, we're looking at depth, but that's pretty good. I know one thing, y'all. Let me just go ahead and say this out loud. I feel really good about Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Matt Ioannidis, and Chase Young. Y'all know Matt Ioannidis is one of my favorites that I don't feel like gets enough credit. Seriously. Caleb Brantley. Caleb was hurt last year. Tim Settle. Ryan B. was solid. He was serviceable. James Smith-Williams. That's who they drafted last week. Cameron Malveaux and David Bada. David is one of the international players. That's your defensive line. 10 of them on the roster right now. There are, ready for this, linebackers. Right now, there are 14 linebackers on the roster. Okay? 14 of them. Montez Sweat, Ryan Kerrigan, John Bostic, Ryan Anderson, Jordan Brailford, Thomas Davis Sr., Reuben Foster, Sean Dion Hamilton, Josh Harvey Clemens, Cole Holcomb, Nate Orchard, Kevin Pierre-Louis, Khaleke Hudson, Jared Norris. Woo! Oh, yeah, Mark. I see my brother Mark. That's going to be a mean rotation if they keep it up. I'm with you. Linebackers, 14 of them, though. Whew. That took me a lot to read. Montez Sweat, Ryan Kerrigan, John Bostic, Ryan Anderson, Jordan Brailford, Thomas Davis Sr., Reuben Foster, Sean Dion Hamilton, Josh Harvey Clemens, Cole Holcomb, Nate Orchard, Kevin Pierre-Louis, Khaleke Hudson, Jared Norris. Listen, I like our options. And y'all have to understand, again, this is my first time looking at this list. And like this, in this way, after the draft. Reuben Foster, I see there's something about him. Not something, I don't know. I can't recall it at the moment. But, Reuben Foster had that terrible injury last year. Always high hopes for him. But we just don't know what we're going to get with that injury. Oh, man. Montez Sweat, Cole Holcomb, Sean Dion Hamilton, I fully anticipate to be better. We're going to see exactly why. We're going to see, here's the interesting thing. Some of these guys were drafted and we have yet to see why. With this coaching staff, we will finally see why. Because they will be brought to their full potential. Those three for certain, I'm betting on it. I am betting on, and y'all can quote me on this. This is fine. But seriously, I'm almost certain, I feel it, they're all going to be better. They're all going to be better. I feel that. Because the talent is there. I'm stuck. I ain't even stay on the defensive line because I felt like that spoke for itself. But this linebacker list here, now you know a whole bunch of them getting cut. Okay? And like Mark is saying, Reuben Foster, if he can stay on the field, if he can stay healthy and out of trouble, he a dog. I'm with you 110% on that one. See, Thomas Davis Sr. is still very serviceable. He's still very solid. And he is going to see, let's get hype again about that leadership characteristic, because John Bostic, even though people are kind of neither here nor there with John Bostic got a vicious leadership characteristic to him. Vicious leadership characteristic to him, and he's a very smart football player. Smart. When he speaks, people listen. And Thomas Davis Sr., while he's new, he's got seniority over Bostic in those years of experience, but he even more so still leadership characteristic, and he knows the type of ship that Ron Rivera is going to run. Both of those guys critical to the success of that position group. Nate Orchard, that was the guy they signed at Thanksgiving dinner. Y'all don't remember that? I mean, I might be slicing that a little bit, but I do understand it felt like it was over the Thanksgiving holiday, and I swear they called him on Thanksgiving Day. Maybe one Thanksgiving Day, but it was Thanksgiving time. He was having dinner with his family, and they called him. And I think what game was it? It might have been the Panthers game. It might have been the Carolina Panthers versus the Redskins when Nate Orchard had just came from dinner, got on a plane, and went to Charlotte and showed off. He deserves an opportunity, but he might be a casualty of the cut. You know, I asked a question the other day about Montez Sweat. I said, Mom, when I was sitting there wishing that the Redskins had a second rounder, I said to myself, look, was Montez Sweat worth it? Was he worth trading up and not having a second round pick this year? But I was like, give him 2-3 years. Listen, I don't have 2 or 3 years. I need Montez Sweat to be a first round pick, hands down, this season. Immediate return. And I'm going to tell you why I feel that way. I feel that way because of my brother Mark's team. I feel that way because of his team, the 49ers. The 49ers took a vicious turn in 1 year. So once I know that it's doable, I expect for people to do it. You know what I'm saying? It can be done. Y'all see, I ain't saying nothing about Ryan Kerrigan. Y'all know I'm with you, sis. I'm with you, Joe. We don't have a year. We don't. We've been losing for 30. So, I mean, come on. What we need to wait 2-3 more for? Come on. No. Ryan Kerrigan is just holding on. And that's good. Because he's a known face. He's a familiar face. Ryan Kerrigan is. And we don't have too many familiar faces on the Redskins anymore. But it's about to be a new era. It's a new time. So we might have to get used to some new faces. Absolutely. It does not take 3 years. That's right, Rally Captain. No, it doesn't. Safeties. Because I'm staring at the cornerback list. Safeties. We're going to the safeties. Landon Collins, Sean Davis, Troy Apke, DeShazer Everett, Cameron Curl, Jeremy Reeves, Maurice Smith. Let me say it again. Landon Collins, Sean Davis, Troy Apke, DeShazer Everett, Cameron Curl, Jeremy Reeves, Maurice Smith. This group don't make me feel like nothing. I don't feel nothing when I see that. Still missing something in this group. I'm still missing something. What is it? I'm looking at the list and it's not popping out on me. The same energy I felt when we were talking about the defensive line and even the line, the defensive linemen, you say those names and you like, boom. Enough said. Speak for itself. Moving on. Linebackers, you get to that and it's like, ooh. These are some players we're going to see develop. It's going to start making sense with the linebacker position. It's going to start making sense what Kyle Smith and others saw in some of these draftees a year and two ago. We're going to know why they're here. We're going to get the best out of these guys. But the safeties, I'm just feeling like, I could be wrong. Of course, I always want to be wrong. Landon Collins about the only one on that list I can stand by. In confidence. Right? We gonna see. But I think that one still got some work to do. Like my sis Joy said, it's kind of blah. I wasn't like, woo, it didn't make me do nothing. What y'all think? What y'all think about the safety position group? I'm gonna let y'all chime in on this one. Tell me what you think about the safety position group, and then we're gonna jump to cornerbacks, and then we'll go back to the safety. Let me know what y'all think about the safeties. CBs, Kendall Fuller, Ronald Darby, Jimmy Moreland, Fabian Moreau, Danny Johnson, Greg Stroman, Simeon Thomas. Y'all know my little brother Jimmy, Jimmy a dog. I can't wait. Excited. Woo! Got Kendall Fuller back. He's a champion. Ronald Darby from down the street. He's a champion. Coming in with that championship pedigree. I like it. I'm okay with it. Fabian Moreau, we going to finally see who he was supposed to be about 2 years ago. It's all right. They all right. The quarterback's all right. They okay. They all right. They got a little juice with them. Little bit of juice with them. A tiny bit. Small bit. The safeties, y'all. Y'all ain't said nothing about the safeties. That's because y'all don't know what to say about them either. I don't know. A lot of unrealized potential. That's right. And I hope that safety group is exactly that. I can see the potential, and I can see the energy, and I can see it in the defensive lineman group, the linebackers, the cornerbacks. I don't see it with the safeties. And I see you, Roadrunner. Hey, girl. I don't see it jump out at me. We're going to keep that one with a question mark. We're going to move on to the offense. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to talk offense? Woo! We going over our 30 minutes, y'all, but we in the quarantine together, so guess what that means? We gonna keep going. All right. Quarterbacks, we're fine. Y'all know the first one is still named because he's still on the roster, y'all. Alex Smith. Okay. Dwayne Haskins Jr., Kyle Allen, Steven Montez. Is my guy Darrell still on the line? Darrell, he's one of my Redskins media colleagues. Great person. Great person in sports to know. Got everything in Virginia on lock when it comes to sports coverage. And he just loves this Steven Montez signing from quarterback from Colorado. He loves this signing. I feel good. I do. I feel good. I think the quarterback group is in the right hands now. They're in the right hands. No, I'm not. I feel good. Speaking of Alex Smith, make sure y'all watch the ESPN special tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Project 11. I'm sure you all have seen by now the gruesome photos that have been released of his leg. And it was a few days after his surgery. And, Alex Smith had 17 surgeries on that leg. Commercial break. Alex Smith had 17 surgeries on that leg, y'all. And he be walking around there better than me some days. And I'm not appreciative. And I asked him one day, I had to tell him, I said, well, you're making me feel bad, Alex. Seriously. Because I've never had a leg injury. Well, not one that required surgery. I get injured often, but not in that way. Okay? Not to minimize what he's been through at all. But I'm like, you gallivanting around here? Like you fine. Like you okay. Listen. He just laughed. He thought it was funny. But it's true. You know, I don't know if he'll be on the field, but he has every intention on playing. But I like Alex's energy, and he has everybody's respect to the utmost. And when you're down and out, like the Redskins so often were last year, he helped them from a morale perspective. But he be walking around there way better than me on my two good legs. So, just commercial break over. Running backs. Adrian Peterson, Darius Geis, Bryce Love, J.D. McKissick, Antonio Gibson, Peyton Barber, Josh Ferguson. Joy asked a question and said, why they showing AP so much shade this week? I don't know. I have no idea why they showing. I don't know why they doing that. You know, because the reality is this. When it comes to the running backs, Adrian Peterson is the only durable running back on this list that has worn a Redskins jersey. So why the shade? You know, well, there ain't no why the shade. And I don't know. Because I do know. The shade is because of his age. That's all it is. It's because of his age. And he has an easily movable contract, yes. But it's because of his age. But they are forgetting that Adrian Peterson is the only durable person in the running back position that has worn the burgundy and gold currently, right here, based on this list. I can't vouch for these other people. But me and everybody else on this chat, and then everybody who is watching, all of y'all can vouch for Adrian Peterson. Everybody on here. So I don't understand. Like Kenneth Foot just said, durable and productive. One of the hardest working people on the team. One of the first people there, one of the last to leave. A known leader. Future Hall of Famer. I don't know why they shading him because of his age. That's what it is. That's all it is. And he has a easily movable contract. Bryce Love still rehabbing. We have yet to see Darius Geis finish a complete season. But at the same token, I like the possibilities, you know what I mean, with Geis. But he has to be built to last. So, I don't know. I like the pickup with Antonio Gibson, of course. J.D. McKissick, I was under the impression was going to would be potentially taking like a Chris Thompson's spot. I don't know. But I tell you one thing I do know, that whenever see, here's the thing. If you're in a situation, if we end up with this COVID-19 ends up in a situation, in a real situation, where these players have been unable to practice, to truly go to camp, and they only got maybe 2 or 3 weeks before they get ready for the game, who you rolling with at running back? Who you rolling with at RB1 if we didn't have time to prepare? I can tell you who I'm rolling with. I'm rolling with Adrian Peterson. Period. Come on here, AP. I get Antonio Gibson in there, J.D. McKissick, but I'm not about to wait for Geis and Bryce. That rhymes, matter of fact. But Geis and Bryce to get it together, I don't know, Peyton. I like anybody named Peyton, but I don't know you. And I like everybody named Josh. So I don't know them either. But if you got them in there to have the competition, that's fine. That's great. But as Joy said, It's been a whole lot of shade toward AP here this week. And I'm not, they shouldn't be called. We all know AP is he's not a regular person. But we should appreciate that he's wearing the burgundy and gold. Because if you really want to be technical, if we didn't have Adrian Peterson on the roster right now, where would we be from a running back perspective right now? Without being sure, we wouldn't be sure of anybody. He's the only one we're sure about. So that's how I feel about that. I'm going to save the wide receivers for last. Let's go to the guards. Brandon Sheriff, Wes Martin, Wes Schweitzer. We got two Wes's, just like we got two Antonios. Wes Martin, Wes Schweitzer, and Jeremy V. I'm going to call him Jeremy V because I don't want to butcher his last name. Sheriff, Wes Schweitzer, okay. Let me move to center. We got Chase Roulier, Ross Perschbacher, and Keith Ishmael. We're going to get back to Keith in a minute. That was who they drafted last weekend. Tackles, Morgan Moses, Jaron Christian Sr., Timon Paris, Sadiq Charles, Cornelius Lucas, Paul Adams. Here's why I said I wanted to get back to Keith. Because Keith can play center, he can play right guard, he can play left guard. We all talked about this on Saturday. Sherrod in his article mentioned this as well. We got to keep our eyes, Redskins fans, on this one right here. Ron Rivera got some up his sleeve with this one right here. Here's why I think he does. Because Chase Roulier is coming up. Again, a reminder from our conversation on Saturday. Chase Roulier is coming up. This is his final year on his contract. Ross ain't seen the spotlight yet. He was drafted last year. He ain't seen no spotlight yet. Okay? And Keith can play different positions. Right guard, left guard, or center. Brandon Sheriff on a franchise tag. Keep your eyes open. Just keep your eyes open. I'm good with this list. We've had challenges with Morgan Moses. He's somebody else, too, that I think that challenges with in terms of the penalties and just durability and the like. So the tackles, we're going to see. Ron Rivera is very excited about Sadiq Charles. Very, very excited. And I see one of the CWall interns, Davin, she is tuned in. Hey, Davin. Glad to see you on. But Sadiq, Ron Rivera is really excited about Sadiq Charles. And if he's excited, so am I. So it's all good. That's all good. I don't have nothing much to say there. Hey, we'll see what happens. Again, I'm just looking for the development. I'm looking to see what happens from a development perspective because I think some of these players who have been so mediocre will be better due to solid and deliberate hands-on coaching. Very intentional coaching. Tight ends, Jeremy Sprinkle, Richard Rodgers, Hale Hinges, Thaddeus Moss, Caleb Wilson, Logan Thomas, Marcus Ball. Somebody needs to emerge. That's all I got. Somebody needs to emerge as that additional offensive threat that can also block. So somebody's got to be it. Who that is, I don't know by looking at this list for the first time with all the names together. I can't tell you who that might be, but I don't know. Who y'all think is going to be? I don't know. Y'all got to help me out, CWall family. That one is touch and go. But again, we just had terrible coaching here before. So I think Hale did some decent things later in the season last year. And Jeremy Sprinkle has been around for a minute, right? So you would like to see Jeremy Sprinkle, at least I would, emerge to be that guy, because I think he wants to be. I think there's the potential is absolutely there for all of these guys. So we shall see. We shall see. Now here's one of my favorite lists, everybody. The wide receiver list. 13 of them on the roster. And here's the whole thing about it, right? Here's the whole thing about it. Once, when the Redskins went after Amari Cooper so tough and hard in free agency, that was my sign and my cue to say the Redskins absolutely want a weapon, a playmaking weapon to map with Terry or to compete with Terry or just period. Somebody needs to emerge. It's the exact same thing Sherrod was saying in last week's article about you get the ball in your hands and I know where you're going. So when the Skins were pressed for Amari Cooper and that didn't work out, I said, oh, here we go. They are going to be on the hunt for trying to figure out, let's draft somebody, let's draft a few bodies, let's sign a few bodies, because we know we can't be successful without giving Dwayne Haskins Jr. the offensive weapons that he needs. And that's for any quarterback. Every single quarterback has to have offensive weapons. You have to have a steel, iron sharp line to protect you. And you must have offensive weapons. And if we really want to be honest, Redskins fans and just football fans, I see my girl Casey is on, my guy Dante. If you really want to be honest, who is the proven weapon? We don't know. We don't know. You play some teams and you watch some teams play and you know off the rip who their people are. You always knew. If we go back to the days of like the Patriots with the Tom Brady, all them, you always knew. Gronk, Julian Edelman. You just gonna name them off the top. You already know. If it's Kansas City, you know he going in. From a tight end perspective, it's going to be Travis Kelce. It's going to be Tyreek Hill. You always know who it's going to be. Now, we know Terry McLaurin has that pedigree, and he's being watched. And veterans are like, that kid is dope. All of that. But it's still, right? You got all of that potential, but it doesn't really matter until it translates into playoff appearances and wins. It don't matter. Nobody cares until you end the big games. That's when it matters. That is when it matters. So I see there's 13 wide receivers here. We all know that it's all about the competition. And I'm going to keep saying it until y'all get sick of me saying it. And that is, coaching is going to be critical. Attention to detail is going to be critical, because we're going to see some rise to the top. And we might have some surprises. On the wide receivers list right now, we got Terry McLaurin, Kelvin Harmon, Steven Sims Jr., Trey Quinn, Cody Latimer, Cam Sims, Antonio Gandy Golden, Emmanuel Hall, Darvin Kinsey, Jordan, another V, because I don't want to butcher his name, Jester Way, Isaiah Wright, and Jonathan Johnson. So it's a slew to choose from. I need somebody to help me figure out how Cody Latimer got on this list, because I'm not real sure. But he got picked up, so they must see something that I don't. And that's fine. That's great. I hope he proves me wrong. From those that we are familiar with, my guy Trey Quinn might be the odd man out. Y'all know how I am about my Cam Sims. Y'all know how I am about my Cam Sims. But now is not the time for him to get nervous and get scared and dropping footballs and missing opportunities. It's not the time. Anybody can be replaced. And clearly, Ron Rivera is making that very clear to everybody that nobody is safe, if we're going to be honest. But despite our opinions, nobody is safe. It's all about the competition. Listen, we went through the whole roster. I'm excited. I'm ready to see what happens. But also remember, Redskins Nation, depending on how this pandemic goes, if they are short on time in preparation, they're going to have to go with the ones that's ready to roll and that's ready to rock. We're going to still coach them up and do what you got to do. But it's going to be interesting as this progresses and seeing the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, if they're going to be able to open up facilities and training camp and doing all of that. This is going to be very, very interesting. And guess what, y'all? Guess what? We're going to be here to watch all of it for sure. Because I'm not going to let y'all miss nothing, because I ain't going to miss nothing. Whew! All right, y'all. You know I can talk about them Redskins all night, honey. But anyway, thank y'all so much for joining. This is such a delight. I love spending my Thursdays with y'all. Okay? You all please be safe. And I will be talking to you all soon. Have a good night.